to Mel's Kitchen. My food is fast, untraditional and extremely tasty. So, if you don't know how to cook or you don't have the time for it, but you still need a delicious homemade food, you're in the right place at Mel's Kitchen. I'm in the mood today to eat some meat. So what we have is like red pepper and some meat. Very easy, and it will only take like 30 minutes max. And this is the whole thing about cooking. I like to cook things in a very fast way, and it doesn't really take me a lot of effort. So what we're gonna do is like take this pot of meat and then we're gonna chop it into little pieces like that. Right? As you can see, it's very easy. And the whole thing, we're not gonna use any fancy schmancy tools or measures or whatever. Just the little ones. Just cut it, tiny strips. Goes like that. As you can see, I'm cutting it very easily. There you go. Shouldn't take you a few minutes to cut it. And then you're gonna have a lot of shreds of meat. I'm an expert at is cooking things in such a lesser time, and they do taste amazingly great, according to my friends, of course, not to me. And the most important thing, and which I'm going to show you later on, is the ingredients. What you put into the meat. That's the most important thing. You can always serve this with either rice. I prefer the rice, of course, but you can also serve it with mashed potatoes. It goes nicely too. Alright. And now we're done. What we need to do, the olive oil, sorry. So put some. One of my tips, I don't really use any measuring scheme, so it's according to how you see it. I like to put a lot of oil in it, olive oil. Olive oil is good, and they say it's healthy, so I will have to believe them until they prove otherwise. But what you need to do is just put some olive oil to it. Look at my tool, and then you marinate it. It's very simple and easy. See? Make sure that the nice and juicy olive oil is like all over the meat. And then where is it? Oh. It's not in the toolbox. I can swear that. Okay, there it is. Garlic. I love garlic in everything I cook. You know, you put some of it, and off you go. Let me get. Usually, what I do is, this spoon is not big enough, so let's smaller spoon. This one, okay, and I usually put this much. But if you're not really a garlic lover or anything, you can put it. You can put less. If you want to put more, yeah, well, feel free. But I think that's about enough for it. And then when you put it here, garlic is really amazing with cooking, and it gets rid of different tastes, and it gives it an amazing flavor. Then another thing, another friend of mine. Let's see, where's my cooking thingy? Black pepper. I love black pepper. So I put as much as black pepper as I like, but again, it's up to you. You know, it's up on your preference how much black pepper you like to put. That's as much as I like to put. Oh, one good tip about cooking meat in general, you don't eat you do not add the salt until the very end of it, because once you put it right away while you're cooking it, it makes it much less tender. So make sure that to put the salt at the very end. So now we have the mixing. Looks appealing to me. And oil. I'm gonna add more oil. I love oil. Okay, here we go. Looks nicer. Meat is tender. We have the garlic. And For vegetable lovers, we can add the red pepper. Let's return this first. Put this back here. And garlic in my tool belt, so I wouldn't miss it. As you see that when I use my tool belt, I don't make it any messier. So I like it this way. It makes me feel manly in the kitchen. You know, a guy with his tool belt. That's every woman's dream, right? So, going back, I'm gonna bring the thingy over here. Put it like that. And mamma mia, I keep dropping things on the floor. 5 seconds rule. Nobody's not seeing this. Alright. Now we go to the stove. What's next? Water. Okay. Can't find any glasses. Well, a mug can do, right? Who cares? So, when you add the water, you have to be very careful. What I do is I add the water bit by bit. So we start with this much, it's like half a mug of water. I'm sure nobody ever used the measures of a mug of water. It's my own. And we do like that. And we pray. It's gonna go great. Then what you need to do is put it like that on the stove and cook it for like, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, and then you check on it. But all the time keep your eyes on it, because we know that this is an express way of cooking, so it's only like 20 minutes. So if you're just looking at it, keep your eyes, and it's gonna cook by itself. So let's wait and see. Nice. Smells very nice. So we have a look at it right now. As you can see, the water is, this is like after maybe 7-8 minutes of putting it in, on the highest temperature, because we're in a rush, so let's cook it in the highest one. Smells delicious. Look at that. Just a simple garlic, meat and pepper, and you put some water in it. And the highest heat, because we're in a rush, we want to do this in like 25 minutes. So this is how it looks like after maybe 7-8 minutes in the cooker. And now I need to do my secret recipe, the one and only. So what we're gonna do is just need to add a little bit of what it's called, a sauce. So now what I do is I add some butter, and again I cannot really tell you how much you add. You have to add enough butter, like okay, if we have this one is like, say like 300 grams. So you put this much, you got this much on, right? Who cares about the measures and all this? So this is how you do it. You see the butter, you heat the butter, and then you put it here, as you can see, it's melting into something nice and delicious. It smells good. You need to add some salt here. Going to salt. Yeah, this much is good. You can see. For the people who insist on certain recipes, maybe half a spoon of salt will do the trick. And now we're gonna stop the heat. Okay, the second part of the sauce. I added like 2 big spoons, these spoons of flour, and then I'm gonna add some milk in it. Yeah, that much. For the crazy people who are interested in measures and all that, okay, let me see, like 1/4 of a cup. That makes them better. And now look at this. That's what I'm doing. Now I'm mixing them nicely, and I'm going to add my secret. So while we're doing that, you have to keep an eye also on your meat. We don't want it to get burnt. So what we should do is add a little bit of water if you're out of water, like that. No biggie. Okay. And going back again to our beautiful sauce, you add some salt to it, and you add some pepper. I love pepper. Okay. Here we go for the game, for the crazy people who wants the exact measures, like okay, put 1 teaspoon or something of salt, of pepper. And again, it depends really, it really depends on how you feel about pepper and how much preference you like. I like pepper, I like black pepper, I think it's an amazing thing to eat. So, going to this, we will add it like that, over here, on the heat. One of the best ways to taste things and to know exactly how it tastes is to do that. Me like mucho. It's the best way, trust me. And it looks a bit thick, but it will go a little thicker once you add some more milk to it. That's about enough. Little milk. Don't go too crazy with the milk, because again we're gonna add it. We're gonna add this one here. I'm gonna add the sauce here. I'm gonna have some more water to it. More water. Yep. And you add it here to the meat. Don't add it all at once. Let's see how it goes. Yummy! And of course it's gonna take the brown look of it. We're going to add more water to it as well. So that will give you, if you can go looking closer right now, you need to mix it up so the white sauce will blend in with the meat sauce. That's how it goes. Now the tricky part, if you remember that we didn't add any salt at all to the meat because we want it to be tender, so now we need to taste it. Yeah, needs a bit of salt. And off you go. So in less than 30 minutes, you have this beautiful plate. And as I said, honestly I would prefer it with either white rice or with mashed potatoes. And if you want to know how to do that, just follow me up on the other episodes where I'm going to show you how to do white rice and mashed potatoes, alright? So, just to recap on this, we got filet, just a normal filet. You cut it in 2 strips for the crazy people who likes measurements, 2 inches, duh. And then you cut it, you got a red pepper, you cut it through, and you also add some garlic. Blend them, and you've seen how to do the white sauce. You can do that. You can do without the sauce, or you can do with or without it. It doesn't really matter. I like with the sauce because it gives it a little bit more flavor. One thing to remember, 2 things actually to remember. First of all, if you want to know the exact amount of taste, like if it's too salty or if it's too peppery or whatever, you just need to stick your finger and taste it. And the other one is to go easy with the water, alright? You add it a little bit at the time, and just one other tip, do not add the salt until it's the very end of it. Thank you, and follow me back to Mel's kitchen.